Hey guys, Caleb here. This is a preview of a premium episode. You can find the entire thing on our Patreon. That is patreon.com/Western Kabuki. Also, we just kind of soft launched our subreddit. If you don't really want to be on Twitter or Discord or Blue Sky or whatever, but you're on Reddit, we are going to start using that a little bit more. So go to r/Western Kabuki and we'll see you there. Bye.
I always can tell that when I come up on an episode because I get like a little boost from y'all, and then people come into my Discord and they're like, "What the fuck is going on in here? What the hell is this?"
Yeah. No, they're never ready for your guys' community. It's wonderful. But so we have a lot of new listeners who don't know about it. But Lolo. Also, unless you're an astute listener of our backlog, which I don't recommend necessarily past a certain point. But I don't even know if you know what the chiral vectors or chiral mindset even is. Do you, Lolo?
No, I don't at all.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Are you ready to get fucked up with some truth today?
Yeah. We're gonna destroy your brain tonight.
I got an aura photo done on Friday.
Under what circumstances?
I went to Chinatown and I went to this old Chinese lady and she read my aura. This is not a joke. This is not a joke. And I'm not even kidding. I really think, guys, we should invest in one of these aura machines.
What does it do? Tell me about it.
It costs.
Do they strap it to your brain?
Listen. It costs $19,000. Okay,
that's a steal. Dude. That's a steal.
Here's the thing.
The machine.
Here's the thing.
Or the
now
real?
I know. You're laughing. You're laughing.
Yeah.
There were 6 women with septum piercings who walked in after me, who each paid $40 to get a photograph taken by this machine.
Oh my god. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is a good investment.
They're printing money.
You know, as they say, where the septum piercings are, the world goes.
Yeah.
I mean, where the septum piercings are is where I want to go, basically. That's kind of the milieu I feel most comfortable.
And I'll also say, just based on this experience alone, I think a Chinese woman should be president of the United States.
Absolutely. No, 1,000%.
The vice president will be the aura machine.
Yeah.
You know, I'm one of the people that followed the pipeline of Satanist girlfriend.
How'd that turn out for you?
Deep into the occult. Well, it's given me a really good worldview about spies and the deep state and stuff. It's kind of weird how that worked out. Learning about demons and just all of these all this really ancient shit about learning about all that stuff.
Entities.
And then later on you're like George Bush is a demon. You're like, oh no, yeah, that tracks. He worships Mammon. And you know what I'm saying? It makes it you're way ahead of the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
but how do you you said it's a pipeline. Where does that pipeline begin? Because I'm trying to get inside that pipeline.
All right. So let me set the scene for you, right? I'm 17. I'm in high school. I'm openly bisexual in 2007.
+5 for the goth demographic.
That's crazy.
That's a +5 charisma.
It was legal?
2007 openly bisexual fat Mexican guy. It was not legal, but the thing was I'm a big guy. I'm not tall, but I'm I was kind of a football player, except I don't play football. I kiss football players, but I'm not a football player. You know what I mean? So at that time, people would guys would all the time be like, Marcos is gay. And they would say mean things to me. And I would kick the shit out of them. And then they would be like, Marcos is a lot of things, but I don't think he's gay. And so anyways, you're a pariah at the time. No one really wants to date you. And enter my ex-girlfriend who came to school one day. Yeah.
So wait, you're saying that I
There's a lot
have
of
to go
questions, a lot
back
of
in?
questions.
I have to go back in time to
You gotta go
2007
back
and
in
be a
time.
fat bisexual Mexican
Yeah, you
boy.
got fat gay. Yes, yes, immediately, dude. I mean, it's possible, dude. Crazier things have
No
happened.
one ever said this was going to be easy, Lolo, but I
Yeah,
believe
this
it.
is-
Is this
Yeah,
wait?
if
Is
you
this
want-
is this like a quantum leap situation where I have to go
This
into
is
your
a quantum.
body?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you do. You have to,
Okay.
No, okay, but what happened? How I met her was she came to school one day in corpse paint, and do you know what corpse paint is?
I don't know.
It's the black metal.
It's the white face paint that black metal artists don.
Oh,
Yeah, with like
Kiss.
No. Like the Norwegian black metal guys, it's like that smears kind of down their face, but it's like a white base.
yeah. And I do got to say, like, right off top, black metal sucks. It's the worst of all the metals.
It's the worst genre.
It's literally, it's just like it's just racism, but like not as funny for somehow. Like, there's nothing going on. It's got nothing.
They're not really
going
creative.
For it. Yeah, they're really not.
They didn't really create. They only leech off of other races.
Yeah,
They didn't create it.
They didn't even. Yeah, they're not even doing like. Yeah, it's awful.
Not,
Anyway.
like, it's not funny racism because they actually believe it.
Believe
you know what I'm
it.
saying?
Yeah,
Like,
that's the. It's
they're
not like
true
nothing's
believers.
ironic or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just actual racism. You're like, oh, I thought
these
you
are
guys
like
were doing this as a
advanced
bit.
races.
Yeah.
You know, like you meet like this like kind of strange looking European guy, and he's like the most racist you've ever heard. That's those guys.
But so
They teach you a new form of racism.
She had corpse paint on. She didn't like black metal. I gotta preface this, but she was like the scariest Norwegian dudes on earth do this, and so I'm gonna do it too. So she wore it for like 3 weeks, like every day, and I remember seeing her and being like, I'm in love.
Yeah, I
Like,
definitely would have
it's
fallen in
like-
love with that too.
Yeah, everyone else around was like, Marcos, you're out of your fucking mind. She's like crazy and she like does demon sacrifices. And I was like, you're just saying things that are awesome, right? Like these are, so I fell head over heels. But like what I'm saying, Lolo, if you want, you look for the woman in corpse paint. Look for, you know what I'm saying? That's the woman in corpse paint, and she does blood sacrifices and stuff. That's, you know what I'm saying?
Cool.
She's not gonna treat you right. She's gonna stab you at some point in the relationship.
That's okay.
But it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna.
That's cool.
It's gonna be. It's
Yeah,
gonna be awesome.
I'm in a very unstable place in my life right now, and I am looking for that. So,
Yeah.
I'm setting that intention.
You're-
to
It seems like
to be stabbed by a woman in corpse paint. Hopefully
Awesome.
soon. Hopefully
Hell
in the
yeah,
next before the end
It's
of this
gonna make
quarter.
you really. It's gonna make you really good at understanding the Iraq War. So like I'm just. I don't know why. I don't know why that worked out for me like that, but it did.
Yeah.
it's just like inherent to you. You get together with her, and you're like, oh yeah, no, the demons are all around us.
No, it's not
That's
even
right.
like in reality. What I've learned about a lot of like the occult and like magic and shit that people love to like talk about and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of it serves a really good metaphor for like shit that's going on. It's it's like there's one-to-one. It's a great way to understand people's desires, right? Without having to like do like a person who
We just talked about this for like 90 minutes.
yeah, we did on the
The
like
Carl mindset, yeah.
yeah, a lot of like this, a lot of the stuff that people believe in, like the things that are really wacky and goofy, half the time it's like a heuristic for you to understand how they see the world and like what they most desire. So like people who see like, even I would say like the people who want astrology, which I'm not gonna lie to you, I do believe astrology is real, but like people who think it's very real, like super duper real, like, oh, I can't talk to you because Mercury's in retrograde type shit. You know what I'm saying? They want a system. Their desire is for a system that works, like it's something that's readable. They want a world where they can kind of predict things and understand, and actions make sense and heavenly bodies align. And like that's not a bad desire to want. I think that's a good thing, right? Like,
I mean, that is a good thing. I mean, you look at the world, especially that we live in today, we're all so interconnected. You look at so many different people saying different things that just sound unreal. And people are so lonely and yearning for anything. It's like, I mean, that does, I think, help explain why so many people are like, it feels like everyone's living in a different reality a lot of the time, just like online in different communities and political beliefs. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can see I can see that. And then like I can see other people who like believe in like especially like the more religious and like the more prosperity gospel shit that goes around. I can totally understand why a person believes that if you're a good person, it's okay that you are selling cars to people at like 10,000, 20,000 API. You know what I'm saying? Like it's good because God is allowing you to do that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
God said he loves capitalism.
Yeah. Like I can understand why you would think that. It's because your desire is to be seen as a good person despite doing horrifically evil shit.
I feel like Catholics are the exact opposite of this, like mindset. Like they live the exact opposite way, where like everything is
Guilt and
awful.
shame.
You have to, shame. You have to be shameful. Everything you do is bad, and you must confess your sins.
I just learned about Creole Catholicism and how it's way different than regular.
What's their deal?
So. Like,
Creole's in like southern, like Louisiana,
the Bahamas, like in that area. But like the way that Creole and Cajun Catholicism hit entirely differently, which is why like Louisiana and like they do skeletons. They do. No, they don't have guilt, but they don't have guilt or the shame in their minds. Life is a big ass party because Jesus died for their sins. And like that's
so real.
That's such a sick ass way to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's fucking right. Everyone else is like, especially the Italian guys are like, yeah, I got to spend 200,000 years in purgatory because I cheat on my wife and my taxes. And like, dude, you know what I'm saying? Like that. Right. All right. I guess, dude, that's cool. Whereas like,
no, you have to believe God wanted you to cheat on your wife and taxes and use that for cocaine. Probably. Yeah. Like God is into that.
I'm a Calvinist, so I know that God already knows that I am going to kill my entire family one day.
It's ordained, dude. It was inscribed, bro.
Is that so? Is Calvinism? They're like God knows all and everything's predestination. Is that like what they do? Yeah. I actually don't know anything about it.
Yeah, wasn't it the Calvinist doctrine that like 104,000 people were going to heaven and that's it?
So everyone has a version of it, but it's 144,000 anointed.
I thought that's the Jehovah Witness thing.
Yeah, Jehovah's Witnesses also have that too. Yes, the Jehovah's Witnesses do that too.
That's always confusing because it's like, well, don't you think it's full already?
No,
so many people have died.
The way So I was a Jehovah's Witness. Like my grandma raised me as a Jehovah's Witness, and
my God, I learned something new about you all the fucking time.
You said the same thing. The same thing. I literally said this in the last episode where the chiral mindset stuff came apart. It's literally we had the same conversation, but
oh my God,
in it, the way my grandma explained it to me, it's like a roster system. It's like. Like you're hella good, and if you're
he's making trades,
yeah, like trades, they make trades. Like if there's a guy who's better than you, then he gets on the roster.
So you got to be one of the 144,000 best. God,
when I turn 38, I'm gonna have a breakout season and get put on the roster.
Yeah.
You're gonna be making threes.
One of the craziest goals that I think I have right now is to be the only guy that's sainted and who's not Catholic. I think that would be awesome. Like that's a life goal for me. I'm actively working towards it.
The Catholics love to convert people after death. They're gonna convert your ass.
I just, I invented my own sect of Catholicism called Babalucianism. We believe in a big blue guy. You know what I'm saying? He makes fun of us.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they can't do that then.
Yeah, they're gonna be mad at me.
I think in June, feel free to hop in and take over. But Marcos, I forgot to tell you when we were talking earlier, like one of the reasons that we wanted to have you on was to, in these trying times, to re-explain, because it's been a long time since when we talked about this initially, is re-explain radical homieism and how it applies to the current moment.
It's been over 2 years since we had that conversation.
Yeah, I mean, our audience has since quadrupled or something since then. So yeah.
So I wrote a crazy. I'll give you the link so you can link to it. But I wrote a manifesto which is like
That's a great start.
Yeah, first off,
everything. That's
always-
usually what you want to hear.
yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. No, I was like, man, you know what's kind of crazy? Your manifesto doesn't pop off unless you do something horrible. But my manifesto is like about friendship and love. So like, what can I? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I could hug JD Vance against his will, maybe, and that might be. You know what I'm saying? Like, right?
Yeah. No. Has there ever been a successful manifesto without murder or cults?
I'm trying to be the first guy to do it. You know what I'm saying? I really am trying to go for this.
If there's anyone that can do it, you can.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, a little sidebar here, but you know what I think we should bring back as a society is getting pied when someone throws a pie at somebody, like pieing.
That would heal the nation. Like if Donald Trump went out in front of the world,
got hit with a pie. So like,
and Jeff Tiedrick went up and pied him. Holy shit!
A pie is a form of protest. Is funny, but also it's terrifying to the person who gets pied. Because the idea is you can get touched. It's a reminder. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, we can touch you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a friendly reminder, but it's still like, hey, you know, you're corporeal. You share this earth with people, dog.
There are consequences.
Yeah. Like that's what a pie
There
is
used
very
to be that
ominous.
with the pie throwing society or whatever that was like in the 2000s and before that they did.
Yeah,
that
dude. Now they've gone. They're like Opus Dei. They've gone underground. They don't.
They're like fucking Earth Liberation Front.
They're working on like a nuclear pie. Like it's just
The Houthis,
bring
they
it
have the
back,
Houthi branch. Yeah.
But I think a pie is a good thing. Like getting pie. Anyways, homieism essentially boils down to like you are a person. You live on this earth, and your best bet to making this place a better place is to be friendly and to be a friend. And even when it is against your like interest, like a good example that I had recently on my show, Homie Vulgaris, is I said like I had gotten to an argument with one of my coworkers who is like kind of on the liberal side of stuff, and I was telling him, I was like, hey, like, do you think that the most racist chud MAGA guy you can imagine, do you think that guy deserves free healthcare, free access to education, and a means to better his life? And that guy's like, no, that guy deserves to be shot in the sun. And I was like, here's the problem, dog, right? Like that's an issue, because even though that guy sucks and I would punch him in his face if I could, I still think he has the right to live a life of dignity and goodness. And I think that if he were able and capable of doing that, he wouldn't be so shitty. I think
because that's the thing. I mean, we don't want to just build like as leftists, socialists, whatever you want to consider yourself on the left. We're not just doing this for a select few people, right? We're trying to build a better future for everyone.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it was kind of corny, but do you remember that Bernie slogan was like "Fight for something you don't know"? That really
that shit
resonated
went
with
hard.
me. Yeah,
check it out. FDR had FDR, I think, was the first proto homie, to be honest with you.
except
you're converting him after death.
I'm doing.
You're like,
yeah,
you're just like the Catholics. Yeah?
FDR is not a good guy. I'm got to preface. There's no such thing as a president of the United States of America that isn't evil inherently.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I will admit that I learned about this recently in that book, America America, which is like a very good book, and I recommend it highly. It's like a twin history of Latin America and the United States of America and how they kind of co-developed together. FDR, when he was running for president, he started something called the Good Neighbors Club, which essentially he would go to these big cities and hold rallies and get people to be good neighbors. And he was like, being a good neighbor means like cooking for your neighbor, being friendly, providing.
Obrigado. Arigato. Taki. Grazie. Asante. Kapkun. Ngai. 고마워요. Thank you.